Hey, everybody.
Welcome to Trust Relations, the podcast.
I'm here with April, the founder of Trust Relations and the doyen of all things public relations.
And of course, we're joined by the wonderful Hamish, our marketing lead and expert in the space, who I like to call my marketing other half.
We're tackling some of the biggest topics in news and integrated marketing and learning from the mistakes that make headlines or sink brands.
So join us as we have a chat about what works, what doesn't, and what we have to say about all of it. All right. Welcome back to Trust Relations, the podcast.
Hello again.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thanks.
How are you?
I don't know why I said thanks.
Yeah, well.
We're welcoming everyone else, and I've treated it like
Thanks
welcoming. Thanks so much for welcoming to our podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. And April.
Yes.
The end is nigh.
No.
The end is nigh. But the end is not nigh.
No.
Well, it is, but It's exciting. Not because you're leaving.
No.
April has been here in Australia, if you missed our last podcast, for a few weeks on as what did I call it? A workation?
Yes.
A workation. Used it twice now, one more time today, and it's definitely into Urban Dictionary.
Say it one more time, it comes up behind us.
Yeah, that's right. We won't do that. But April has been here on a working vacation for a few weeks, but flies out very shortly. Sad to see you go. However, exciting because you're flying home and then to Vegas.
Yes.
Why are you flying to Vegas? Tell everybody.
Oh, tell them before me.
No.
I am a Stevie Award winner, and so I'm going to Vegas to find out if I place gold, silver, or bronze.
Now tell everyone, what is a Stevie Award? Because not everyone does know.
Good. Okay. So a Stevie Award is a business award. They have a bunch of different categories.
It's international.
Yeah, it's an international business award.
Mm-hmm.
And I am a finalist for Women in Business and in the category of Most Innovative Woman of the Year in Marketing, Advertising, and PR.
Yeah. So.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Thanks.
It's very exciting.
Woo.
Yeah. I get to meet an award winner.
You've already met an award winner.
Oh, that's true. Look at her bragging already. No, I hope it goes really well.
Thank you.
It's going to be very exciting.
Yeah.
Lots of photos for us all.
Okay. I was supposed to get my dress for the award ceremony, which is sort of fancy, before I left, but it did not arrive in time. So I have 4 dresses arriving upon my return that I'm hoping one of which I will like and it will fit nicely.
Yeah. Now, why does Diva spring to mind? I don't like this dress. I don't like this dress. Look, I really, honestly, I hope it goes well. I hope the dress fits, the one that you love.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. And I hope you have your acceptance speech ready.
Oh my gosh. I don't. I'll do it on the plane.
No, you are being humble.
No, I don't. Oh my God. Just thinking about it makes me want to throw up.
No, you will look. It'll be great, and honestly, on behalf of myself and everybody listening, best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But anyway, so how we're going to look at campaign essentials, how to create innovative content marketing. Now, this was inspired by an article which appeared in PR Daily, which is the 6 keys to creating non-cliched content marketing.
Yes.
Would you like to tell people about it?
Okay, so there's an article in PR Daily about 6 keys to creating non-cliche content marketing. And number 1 is be a visionary, or at least have a vision, which is obviously something that people should think about. But I do see a lot of content marketing that's just kind of regurgitated information from the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't actually have a point of view that's unique, and there's not an edge to it.
It doesn't add value.
And it doesn't add value.
And that's the key. If you're going to have a conversation with someone, whether it's written, verbal, or on the phone, which is verbal still, hey.
Written, verbal, or on the phone, totally different category.
Totally different. Well, people text these days. I mean, I don't know what that is.
Written.
Yeah. It's
unless it's an audio message.
Anyway, that's true. But I think that what it is if it's not adding value, it's a waste of time. And I think that's a lot of that is that people are not having a vision. They're not taking people on a journey. So you've got to move them forward. And
it has to be actually a unique vision or point of view, because I also have seen people that take other people's points of view.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it has a point of view. Well, the same as these other 10 people that are saying the same thing about authentic leadership or saying the same thing. It's like it doesn't have any unique angle.
Yeah.
So it is important to do that.
Authenticity.
Yeah, authenticity.
I like it. Good word.
Yeah.
That ties into point number 2.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to ruffle some feathers. It's important that, A, you don't use jargon because people get lost in that. But I think it's good to remember that you don't go in business to be the same as everybody else. So your content and what you go out to say shouldn't be the same as everybody else. You need to stand behind your opinion. You need to talk the way that your brand talks. You need to be consistent with your brand identity. And remember that people don't like jargon. You don't want to do it when you're talking to people in written forms, whether it's a video as well or whatever it might be on podcasts. If we sat here, we threw around a whole heap of jargon people didn't understand, they would not listen. So you have to remember that you can be provocative, but you have to talk to people and you have to remember that you're there to be different in some shape or form and to embrace it.
Yeah, and I think that what's interesting in ruffling feathers, people are so worried with cancel culture about, I don't want to say anything offensive, and I don't want to say anything that's going to fall outside of what people are accepting, what's normal. And I think what's important here is that even with that in mind, you still have to say something that you believe in.
Yeah.
And I think that ruffling feathers for the sake of it is also not wise. I mean, just picking some, inflammatory point of view on something just for the sake of it, just to be incendiary is not a good idea. But I do think,
I'm sorry,
but I do think,
you want to roll.
I do think that it's still really important to make sure if there's something that if there's a hill that you want to die on that you're really passionate about and you believe in, that you talk about it. So I know personally, I've, said a couple things recently that are potentially controversial in my Newsweek articles. And one of them was talking about essentially why I don't think that brands should just pick socio-political issues for the sake of it. But I know that's a little bit going against the grain. I wasn't doing it just to go against the grain and be upsetting, but I actually don't believe that it's wise. And I don't believe that it's best for society because I think we need unity and not polarization. And I feel like
absolutely.
I feel like brands leading into polarization by throwing their weight around and, doubling down on it is actually bad for the world. So I think it's a bad move from an ethical and sort of, ethos standpoint, but I also think that it's not wise even from a business standpoint to do that unless you happen to be Ben and Jerry's who's been doing it forever, or you're Mike Lindell and that's just the thing that you do for My Pillow, right? Like that, that's your brand. So if that's your brand, fine. But if you're a brand that serves everyone and doesn't have a track record of it, don't do it. So that was something I said that was, kind of going against the grain. And I also talked about the media credibility not being so shining right now, especially in the US. It's really bad. It's worse than even in they're 47th or something in terms of being trusted.
Wow.
It's really bad in terms of countries worldwide. And so, it's the kind of thing where people don't want to hear about that because I think you don't want to, especially if you're in PR, you don't want to bring up the fact that the media credibility is tanking. But it's something that, again, I think is really important because without the credibility of the media, I don't think PR has a future.
No, absolutely not.
And so that's my concern. And that's another thing that anyway, not to be about me, but I think those are good examples of those are things that I'm passionate about that I'm happy to speak to, even if they ruffle feathers, but not for the sake of upsetting people just because I think they're
because
important.
You believe it.
I believe in it.
Well, you gave a TED talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've written articles, you've given TED talks, you've spoken at events about it. It is something.
I'm writing a book.
And yes. It's a plug.
That was the other reason I was in Australia.
That's right.
We didn't really get into that last time.
No, we didn't. How remiss of us. We got caught up in going to the beach and building sandcastles and dancing in the park with kids. Weirdo. But,
Dolphins.
Yeah, dolphins as well. But look, I think you are passionate about all of these things.
Yeah.
Your track record speaks for itself. It's not that you've just started doing this in the last 6 weeks. You have been doing it for years, from what I can understand. From before I met you. In the last 2 years that I've known you, you have, as I said, TED Talks, you've written articles, you have written blogs, you have spoken at events all about everything you've just mentioned.
Yeah.
I think that authenticity is what we touched upon in the first point as well.
Yeah.
So I think the next one, we're not having cliche content, is to remember that, well, as they say, embrace your salesperson. Now, content is the first impression, and there's a statistic here that 70% of B2B buyers engage with content before they reach out. What I think is also important, there's no statistic here, is that consumers, so the B2C side of things, people are engaging with your content more than they ever used to. If you go back, way back 15, 20 years, when there were still yellow pages and things like that, people wouldn't engage with your content. They would see your number, they would call you and engage with the salesperson. Today, they're going on, they're reading Yelp reviews, or they're looking at search, and if you're Gen Z, you're going to TikTok and you're watching videos. If you're older, you're going to Google and you're reading something online before you've even got to the owned asset of the website. And then when you're on the website, you're reading something there before you even then reach out again. And the whole thing is your funnel has got a lot longer in many different regards. It's also potentially a lot steeper, so things will happen faster, but it is a bit longer. And you have to remember that people want to engage and learn. They've come to you to solve a problem. They're not coming to you to just pick up the phone and speak to a salesperson at the end of the day and go, hey, look at the rain outside. No, they're looking to you to provide answers. What can you tell them? Has the content engaged them enough that they feel you will give them that reassurance or the ability to solve that problem? And then when they're ready to reach out to you, whether it's a contact form, whether it's coming to your site, picking up the phone, going in store, whatever it might be, you have to remember you need to make it easy for them. And you want them to go, okay, this is what I need to do. And I understand by reading this page that you want me to click here or come in store and ask about this promotion. And I've used this this metaphor a number of times.
Metaphor, cliche, same thing.
Same. No, but the metaphor that if you see a pair of jeans in a window outside a shop and you walk in, that's your next step. I've got to walk in to ask. The salesperson says, yeah, they're out the back, find them yourself. It's a lot harder. Whereas if they size you up and down, they look and you go, you look like you're a 33 long. I'll grab them for you, and I'm going to get this one for you as well and make a recommendation on what shoes you should pair those with. You're going to go, these guys get me. They know, I feel comfortable, and you've got more chance of converting. Your content has to do that. It has to make people feel warm and fuzzy and know what to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Thanks.
So next rule of great content marketing is follow the rule of 7.
Yes. Tell us more.
What is the rule of 7? So the rule of 7 is basically that a great piece of content should never stand alone. So it should be reused, it should be repurposed, it should be recycled. Whatever you do, it should be, used multiple times. So for example, you have a cornerstone piece, so that's the core piece of content. Then you have an infographic potentially, where you've taken the content, put it into something that's visually appealing.
Yeah.
Then you have your social media posts. So that's where you're taking the sound bites or the stats or whatever.
Spruiking, what we learned before.
Spruiking. Nobody in the US knows this word. Explain what spruiking means.
Spruiking means to promote, share your content in a salesy way.
Okay.
It's a good word.
Spruiking. It sounds made up.
It's not made up. Anyway.
Do you want to share the other?
Yeah, so then you should look at, how you can take that and put on social media and repurpose it there. Then can you take that content and turn it into more of your owned assets, put it on your blogs? Can you turn it into an ebook or a downloadable white paper or something that's going to be something that people can utilize at a later date and get more value from? Is there the potential to talk to video or talk to camera and turn it into a video piece? So that people are actually getting more content that way and understanding it, because you have to remember, not everyone likes to read. Some people like to digest content by videos, hence the rise of YouTube and the rise of TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat in its day. And the last one is, well, if you have the time, you have the capacity, you could turn it into something like a webinar. I mean, there's a lot of other things as well. But this goes to what we say to all of our clients and why we do the trust analysis at the beginning. Let us understand your brand. Let us understand your pain points. Let us understand everything and where it's coming from, so that there's a cohesive platform.
Right.
And then when we go out and communicate it, it's all very cohesive.
Right.
We're saying the same things in multiple channels across multiple platforms, but we know that what we have done is take the same core message for that point in time, for that part of the campaign, and we have spruiked it as best we can. We've taken it out.
One more time, Spruik shows up behind us.
There we go. But
I don't think people are old enough to remember Candyman. Most of the people listening.
No, maybe not.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about, but now people will go and they will go and
Candyman.
They'll go Google it and they'll look it
It's
on
very
YouTube.
scary. Don't Cooper and Zarvia who listen to our podcast, don't go watch that.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Yeah.
It's scary. Don't watch it.
Shout out again
Terrible.
to my kids who love this, have become avid listeners. But yeah, and a lesson for you guys there, I'll give you one here. Be consistent. People love consistency, and that goes across your personal relationships, and obviously that means marketing is a personal relationship because everything has become more one-to-one rather than one-to-many. People, that's why we have loyalty programs, so that when you buy something at the liquor store or the bottle shop and you swipe your loyalty card, you're now getting emails that say, do you remember when you bought that a couple of weeks ago? It's now on special, or we have the new vintage that's come in. And you're like, oh, they get me. People like to feel special.
New vintage. This is the wine drinker I'm talking to.
Yes, exactly. But that's what it's about. Follow the rule of 7. Take your content, repurpose it multiple times. And in that instance that I just gave, with the liquor store, they've got the bottles. They've already advertised it. They've done the in-store promotion. And now what they've done is they've taken it to you via your email. They might put it on social to target you. They know how to get to you. And that's that. Reuse, recycle, and repurpose.
Yes. The 3 R's.
Got there.
Woo, it's close. We mentioned videos too, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, good. I mean, I think you pretty much covered it. But yeah, I think it's as important to your point from before, just to put a bow on this one, to make sure that your messaging is consistent and then make sure that the messaging is used in all of your narratives.
Yeah.
And that you're then, by default, really what happens is you end up repurposing, reusing, recycling, and being consistent.
Yeah, absolutely. And that will give you a platform for people to understand who you are. They know what you stand for, what they're going to get, and therefore feel some comfort in that.
Yeah. And then they trust you.
That's right. They just have 2 more.
All right. I think that was a good bow on that one. Shall we move on to Lost in Translation?
Yes. I know you
this
and
one
our
comes
show
to us
producer.
From the UK.
Yeah, and you and our show producer Veronica were wetting yourselves about this. And this is a 7-year-old campaign.
Wetting ourselves.
Well, it looked like it on our channel, Slack channel. But this was an Ashton Kutcher celebrity endorsement for Wrigley's Extra, the chewing gum.
Yes.
Now he did this in, where was it? The UK, I think you said.
Yeah. So wait, we have to set the stage here. So Ashton Kutcher breaks up with a sexy pizza in a Wrigley's ad.
Well, I haven't watched it, but I'm intrigued.
I think we should watch it. Actually, do we have it? Is it in this thing?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I like it. Look, it's not bad.
Do you think it would fly here in Australia?
I think I've seen it before. I don't know why.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe it was aired here before. I just didn't remember it.
But now you've seen it.
So for people who have not seen it, Ashton Kutcher is standing there looking at himself in the, I think, glass window quickly, and he looks back at the sofa, and there's this attractive lady sitting there, and he makes a move over there, and then the pizza box opens up, and there's a piece of sexy pizza standing there talking to him, going, "Mi amore, what about me?" He's like, "No, she's here now. I can't talk to you." And but I look at, what am I too? What did she say? What am I too thick? Pizza. This is the pizza. And he's like, no, you can't be here now. And then he's like, oh, I'll chew some chewing gum. So he chews some chewing gum whilst this lady is sitting there watching him. And then he sits on the couch next to her and insane. If you know what's happening next.
He's going to kiss her with his nice breath.
With his minty fresh. So what do we think of it? Is it good? It was, so this aired originally in England, I believe. Yeah, I think it would probably fly here. I think it translates quite well.
I do too.
I think it stood the test of time, which is also very important.
Yeah.
It hasn't aged too much.
I think it's really clever. I mean, I think a lot of people chew gum after they eat something so that their breath doesn't stink. Not necessarily because they're planning on kissing someone, but because they just don't want to be talking to someone with pizza breath.
Yeah. So I think it's a nicely done piece.
Yeah.
I give it 5 white teeth out of 5 white teeth.
You only have 5 white teeth?
Well, It's 5 stars, 5 teeth, 5 white teeth.
It makes it sound like we're talking to rednecks that have
Hey, Josie Bell.
Wait, what do you call rednecks in Australia?
Bogans?
Yes, bogans. Bogans are like Australian rednecks, but how are they different?
Well, I've not met an American redneck, so it would be very hard to say. How are they different? I don't know if they're that different.
Is it
They
like,
don't drive big pickups.
okay,
They
are they
drive
more
smaller.
they're more like surfer people? Or are
No, their cars are more about being lowered and racy and loud than the big pickup where you can stand on the back and go hunting and shooting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's more about the loud mufflers and the
Yeah.
bright colors and the
Yeah.
like cars that look like sex or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think-
Bogans.
yeah.
Bogans. I like it. It's not short for anything, right? It's just a made up Aussie name that's
Yeah, I think it's made up.
okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Speaking lost in translation. See what we did there? It's very meta.
It was very again.
Again.
2 episodes.
I know.
We're looking for a sponsor.
All right. So before we sign off, I want to make sure we thank everyone for joining us yet again today, including Cooper and Zarvia.
Mm-hmm.
And you can catch the show wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
But before we go, don't forget that there is a special offer for this week's listeners.
Yes.
Every week's listeners. But
Yes.
this week, it's a special code.
What's the special code?
Are you going to make me do it again?
Okay. Well, first of all, we have to remind everybody to subscribe, rate, and share our show. But the trust analysis code for this week is Trust Analysis 17 for a chance to win a free trust analysis workshop for the first to enter. New clients qualify and terms and conditions apply. You can check out our webpage for the full rundown of the offer details below.
And actually, I'd like to say somebody took up Trust Analysis 14 recently, or 15, and they are a very exciting customer.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. So please jump in. This is a good opportunity.
Yes.
I'm really excited by this.
You get to talk to Hamish for free. I have to pay him.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every conversation costs me.
Mm-hmm.
Pay by the minute. Very expensive.
Yeah. But thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you, everyone.
And April, good luck. Hope it goes well in Vegas.
Thank you.
And we look forward to tuning in next time to hear how you win.
Well, the good news is that if I don't win, then I don't have to give a speech. But if I do win, then I win. But I have to give a speech.
Simulcast around the world.
It's a win-win.
It's a win. Look, it's a win. It's a win-win-win.
It's a win regardless.
Yes.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Also, just for anyone who hasn't seen it, the sexy pizza is very buxom and then has, like, for some reason.
Was it pepperoni buxom?
Yeah. You didn't notice?
I didn't notice. No, I was more fascinated by the fact that the pizza was standing on 2 legs.
So you're telling me you're not attracted to pizza?
Look, no. I have a normal relationship with my pizza.
And then to make it extra weird, for some reason, the bottom of the pizza is dangling.
Yeah, well, was that her skirt?
Oh, maybe that was the idea.
Mm.
That was not how I actually.
Yeah. Yes, your mind went to all sorts of places. I can tell. So
maybe I was attracted to pizza.
Maybe you are.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good information.
We can unpack that one. Lie down on the couch. We'll talk.